2 days ago, there was a rap shooting downtown, a fender bender, and a guy named Freaky Zeke. The crew, the diplomats, were shot. Not very diplomatic. Is that what you're thinking? You're right. Nobody ever heard of changing licenses? All right, look. Rappers get shot. It's normal now. People say, well, white musicians shoot each other too. Not every day. Snoop gets shot at more than a deer during hunting season. Every time he goes out for a drive, he ends up picking glass out of his hair. I hope he's got Geico. That would be funny if I didn't say Geico. Because white people won't say anything because they're afraid it makes them culturally intolerant. But it's psychotic. 50 Cent has got shot 9 times. You know what we say to that in the white world? Ooh, I'd hate to see his premiums. So my question to start this off is, in a culture that worships gangsters, pimps, thugs, when I read the paper and it says 80% of the death row people that are killed on death row are black, I ask myself, is it white racism, or is there any kind of room for a little cultural responsibility on that one? Mr. Mooney.
It's the world that we live in. We live in a racist world. It's the world we live in. It's set up that way. That's the way it is.
That doesn't do it.
Black people have been taught very well. They've been taught by the best.
So you think that all black crime is a response to white? You think that it's basically they were taught by the evil, white, genetically evil people called white people, and any bad qualities they have is from whites?
You're not genetically evil.
Thank you.
Because, no, you come from black people. You do know that.
Ah, the original man is from Africa.
No, but you come from black people.
No,
Two black people can make a white baby. 2 white people can't make a black baby. You come from us.
But this just sounds like something I read.
What?
2 black people can make a white baby.
I heard this.
You heard what he said.
What the hell does that mean? This sounds like something I heard.
You steal one at the mall.
What are you talking about?
I don't understand what that means. Explain it to me, Mr. Mannequin at the Gap. I mean, Tommy Target. I'm sorry.
No. Original Superman hairdo has a point. What it is that this is what I think. White people have set it up where they're protected. That's why we go to jail. They're protected so that, you know, it's like in every state, like say like, okay, most of the states is dominated with like a lot of black people and a lot of white people or whatever, okay?
Wait, one's got a dominant. Which one is it?
What?
No, I'm saying most states that you have predominantly,
yeah, I know what you're saying.
that you have a mixture of both black and white.
Right.
You have the death penalty.
Yeah.
Ones where there's all white, you have no death penalty. That's why when I want to kill a white person, I'm moving to Maine.
But guess what? Most of the people I know in my life that were pro-death penalty were just as many black, and most of the people are anti-white. So, you know what I mean?
One of the facts that they said, like, that the killer of minorities are less likely to get the death penalty than the killer of whites. And one of the problems is a lot of the prosecutors won't seek the death penalty. Like Robert Johnson from the Bronx is a great example. You could punt a burning infant on the train tracks, and this jackass is not going to try to have you put to death. And the Bronx is a borough where a lot of minorities are being killed, so it looks like, well, if you kill a minority, nobody cares, but he won't seek the death penalty in those cases.
But when you get on death row, why do you, just like, what's the man's name that blew up that stuff down south?
McVeigh.
Okay.
Gonna bring him up 5,000
No, but every
Oklahoma.
Well, that's south to me. They thought of every excuse not to put him to death.
They did.
It's raining, it's his birthday, it's St. Patrick's Day.
They did? I don't remember this.
White people marched around, well, check your history. White people marched around.
Check Abu Jamal. Do white people do concerts from Mubia?
Okay.
Abu Jamal had to put him to death.
But they walked around singing.
Oh, they did not.
Against God. They lit candles.
Oh.
When you get somebody black on death row, they take the candle and go.
Oh, that is the exact opposite of the way the country is for the past 20 years.
The reason people who kill blacks don't get the death penalty because they're usually doing it out of self-defense. Thank you very much. You heard me, dummy.
But this is what I'm talking about.
Here's the thing. Wait a minute. Let me straighten him out right now.
Go ahead.
He's always taking the white part. He's always and wait a minute. Real authentic white people don't even like Italians. That's a sad thing.
It's like I'm in an alley.
Don't you understand?
You're on death row. You're going to be on death row.
I got fingers, too.
I feel like
half English. You're
Will you
Italian.
please?
You're
This is
Italian.
like being in the day room in LA County, this conversation. Let me tell you
How do
something.
you know about that?
Yeah, with a silly Johnny Cash shirt.
It's not a racial incident, though, man.
What's the matter?
Listen to the guy. It looks like he
people,
got... Go ahead.
people try to make everything. I hit up. This is true. I'm driving in a mall parking lot, and I like bumped a black guy with my car, and he turned it into a racial incident. I didn't hit him because he was black. I hit him because he was dating a white girl.
Amen, brother.
The bottom line is this. No matter what anybody here says, you have to admit, the way we're debating this, well, just keep it the same as always. We might as well be 10-year-old kids in 1970 talking about this right now. Well, nobody's going to agree with anybody else.
No, 10-year-olds don't talk like this.
So what? We're talking like 10-year-olds. That's who watches this show.
Shut up. Don't you, well, doesn't matter, but don't you feel that ultimately, every time, if whites say something, blacks say something else, nobody's ever getting past a level of, like, superficiality.
Because only one of us is using logic.
Who?
But,
Who do you think, dummy?
Patrick, you know what? Here's the sad part.
Here he comes. I really got it going now.
You got no, you don't have it going, but I'm telling you, the Italians are the Mexicans of white people. Nobody cares about these people. It's true.
Yeah, nobody cares about that. No, nobody cares
Let
about
them
that.
finish laughing.
It was about a 10-second laugh. You got more than you deserve. Yeah, let's compare the ratings of The Wire to The Sopranos. We'll see who cares about who. Please.
Money is a much bigger... I think
Help
money...
me out, will you? You dumb English-looking ass.
I think... Wait. Hold on, short shirt. Wait, I think money is a bigger factor in the judicial system than race. I mean, guys like, whether it's OJ or Klaus von Bülow get away with killing their wives because they have money. And meanwhile, my stupid uncle goes to jail for 6 months for trying to write off prostitution as entertainment on his taxes.
is Uncle the substitute you use now for your autobiographical stuff? Look, you look like a peewee. I've said it before. You look like a peewee Mexican gang member, and people have really had it with you. Get some tattoos. Don't make a joke about my hair. We'll be right back. Oh, please don't leave me alone with these people. Damn it. Welcome back to Tough Crowd. The mayor of some city in Iowa just passed a law banning lying in the town. Now, isn't that interesting? That's what we should do. No more lies. Let's face it, half the arguments you have is because you think the other person's lying and you want to prove it, and nobody ever changes their opinion because nobody can prove it. We should do that for politicians, you know? Now, my question is, if we did get rid of lying, would that be good or bad?
Well, I don't understand. It would be awful. And a politician trying to legislate honesty is like Roman Polanski trying to raise the age of content. I suck!
You do.
Raise the age of consent.
Shut up. Don't repeat it.
Maybe you should use a bigger font with those cards.
I stink.
I like to throw that water in. That water's hot. I throw it in your face right now.
Oh, you like
the age of content. Shut your trap. Let me ask you this.
I know, that makes up for that awful Maine joke you told. I stink. Shut up.
The guy in Iowa's fining people if they get caught, right? Lying. That's
It's illegal. Yeah, they're going to pay.
They're going to raise tax money. They should do that in L.A. They could wipe out the deficit, you know, just girls lying about their tits being real. Oh, I'm sorry, that was about a woman. Now we can't joke about that.
A good lie is good, man.
Goddamn feminist whores. I've had enough.
Your mother was a good lie, so be careful.
She slept around.
You have to lie.
I'm half black, remember?
Don't you, don't you...
Well, then she was a slut.
You have to lie, man. Sometimes to protect somebody's feelings, you have to lie.
Yeah.
My ex-girlfriend used to write poetry. I mean, what are you going to do? Be honest and tell her every time you read one, I want to spit in your melodramatic face?
That was well said, Dr. Phil.
Thank you.
I don't know why the hell we're talking about this. Let's talk about cheating. Let's talk about cheating, because that's like the
same thing.
We don't know anything about that. Keith?
Comedians are some of the biggest cheaters from what I've seen in my life, and I exclude myself. But a lot of you guys are out there cheating your balls off, let's face it.
I got caught once.
You did?
Yeah.
Care to tell us the circumstances?
No. Well, I came home and I had like a mascara and a red hair on my shirt. And I told my girlfriend I was working with Carrot Top that weekend.
Speaking of Carrot Top, can we talk and change the subject to Carrot Top? Has he become a tranny? He's got the transvestite makeup and he's got the eyebrows gone. What's going on with him? In those commercials, I think he's really trying to tell us something in those 1-800 commercials. And I'd like to know, and I might call that number. Well, you know, trannies. You know,
Why don't you ask him the next time you open for him?
You see the look on his face? He's like, all right. Hey, yes, hey, that was Mr. La Familia. Why did you do that to me on 21st Street? Yes, hey.
You ever have the boyfriend catch you with his girl?
You didn't either. You got to go into a bit.
I'm not going into a bit, stupid.
You really are?
Have you ever been...
Yes, I have. It's very uncomfortable, the beatings.
You had a good story about a guy punching you upside that soft head of yours.
Yeah, I had a guy walk in while I was with a married woman, and he just, I was like fooling around with her, and I hear this. And I think that someone's knocking at the door.
We're not on radio, by the way, but go ahead. So we got the stupid storyteller from the 50s. Holy Christ.
We will be on radio soon. The way
We
these
sure
ratings
will
are
be.
going.
We're finished. And I never thought I'd say this. Paul, say something mean about white people. Get the show back up. Well, whether you're watching us at home or in the display window of a Circuit City, you lonely bastard, we'll be right back.